2016, that's when, because in 2015, after Sata died, I became very political. As an NGO, you're not supposed to be political. But 2015, I came all out to campaign for President Edgar Lungu.
Remember that very
well. All out. And then, so 2015, after Edgar Lungu won, I had my own frustrations. Even if I got, you support abantu, hoping that Ingawaisa power, they can help you this and that. And I was hoping that the PF would help me to set up an orphanage, because I used to have street kids coming to my house, on certain days to eat there. So I thought, we need a bigger place. We wanted an orphanage. But unfortunately, not an orphanage, a street kid center. Unfortunately, the PF, were so excited, and they were all, as an NGO, you are supposed to be apolitical. Now, I took a side, and after taking a side, it was difficult for me to go back and say I'm neutral again, So I decided to form a political party. So 2016, we formed Economic and Equity Party. And if you look at the name, Economic and Equity Party, because for me, it's about issue of poverty. That is the economic side. And then equity is about justice, about fairness. So hence the name Economic and Equity Party. When we started, I looked at a strategy. How do I grow politically? I decided not to concentrate so much on the structures, forming a chairman, branch chairman, and so on and so forth, because really, politics, it is about the dream career, the person that is running the party. If you grow the name, at some point, everybody will just follow you, and then you can form the structures. So I started by branding, myself as Chilufya Tayali, and I had Tuma Adeji, like touch and go, Shani, just for people to know me. And I have been working on that to first brand myself, and then later on, bring people around me.
So in terms of numbers, is the party growing?
In terms of numbers, like I've said, the strategy, first of all, area are very important in my politics. People who know about the president or the dream career, they don't even know the political party. They in political, like for example, I don't know how many people know a political party yaba mundubire, especially nationally but at least people are just saying mundubire because they know the name Sata. So at the moment I've concentrated on building myself, and I think we have been doing well, because by now at least the name Chilufya Tayali, at least it is quite ubiquitous. It is a name that a number of people have come to know, and a number of people are coming on board. Now we even have a vice president, and I'm sure as we go on, that party will grow. But for now, we want to support President Hakainde Hichilema. Yeah. So that's where we are.
Yeah. So now let's talk about that now. So you've decided to now endorse President Hakainde Hichilema. What exactly does this mean for your party? Before you advance the reasons why you've decided to endorse President Hakainde Hichilema.
Yes, so like I'm saying, this is both, or maybe I can say it is in threefold. One, it is for me. I'm still growing. I am still growing politically.
Is it for you, or you have people who follow you? There are people that you work with in your party. So if you say this is for you, isn't that being a bit self-centered?
I'm the dream carrier of the president, of the party to start with. So if you as the person that is leading the party, you are not ready, or you are not equipped enough intellectually and otherwise, you cannot lead the party properly. So you need to make sure that yourself, you are good.
So for how long has your party been in existence?
Yes. So from 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Hasn't that, haven't you had enough time to establish yourself and just position yourselves as a very strong party, Mr. Tayali?
Yeah. So you see, sometimes life does not work the same for everyone. There are some people that would get into something within 3 years, they succeed, you know, and to some, you might have to be there for a long time. And I strongly believe that the longer you take in preparing yourself, the better you are when you start something. I mean, I don't want to bring you in, but look at yourself, Hope, where you are coming from. You have been in this for a long time. And now you are in this establishment, and clearly you can see those years that you were working, you were investing in this can be seen by what is here. If you had rushed, like many other people did, I'm sure you can remember there are a lot of people, I wish I could mention some of the people that you were with, who tried to come up to say, I can do this, but how far did they go? They didn't go far. So a foundation is very important, and in my view, take as much time in preparing yourself than getting into something and then you fail. So that is my view. I don't have a problem. I'm telling you, I don't have a problem. Even if I have another 10 years, like this, preparing myself, I don't have a problem.
So is your party still pursuing any independent agenda, or it will be all about you as a party being aligned to the UPND now?
We will eventually get there. For now, we need to be prudent, we need to be humble, and accept that we are not yet that strong. That is the point. A lot of people, we have some of these presidential candidates in this election. We have about 16 people contesting. But if you look at some of these people, really, I'm more popular than most of them, and yet I still feel myself that I'm not ready. So there will come a time, Hope, when we'll be able to say, I think now we are ready.
So many politicians who endorse an incumbent government are accused of seeking political appointments or maybe influence or just other benefits. What informed this decision? Why have you decided to endorse President Hakainde Hichilema?
Yeah, so firstly, it is a self-assessment of ourselves that we are not ready. We cannot contest on that level. Surely, at least from my perspective, we are not ready. That is number one. Then if we are not ready, then who? Okay, who can we support? And we have looked around, particularly myself, I've looked around, I'm like, I think the best person so far among the people that we have is President Hakainde Hichilema.
What can you point out? What stands out for you? What makes you believe this is the right person to take us, to lead us after 2026, after these elections?
Yes.
Why should he continue as president?
And that's a very good question, considering the fact that, President Hakainde Hichilema, I think when he was in opposition, I was, I think, the most critical person.
In opposition, after he was elected in 2021, he was still a very strong critic.
Yes,
yeah, so what
exactly.
has changed?
Exactly. So, I didn't grow up with President Hakainde Hichilema. I knew President Hakainde Hichilema by what other people told me, okay? And President Hakainde Hichilema was given so much bad publicity from the word go.
Well, you were equally giving him that.
Well,
that's exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's the point I'm trying to say. I didn't know him personally. I didn't grow up with him.
Okay.
So whatever knowledge and whatever I transmitted was based on what other people told me. Okay? And we gave him that bad publicity. I heard the negativity, and I also took on the negativity and, published it. But President Hakainde Hichilema, after winning elections, when he just started in 2021, for example, I was critical of President Hakainde Hichilema. I didn't see him running this country. Especially when he came, he was, very often talking about PF, talking about Edgar Lungu. I'm like, so I was very critical. And even the issue of, the debt restructuring, if in Shari Monica was slow, things looked a little bit slow. But coming into 2022, 2023, things started shaping up. One of the things that started shaping up is this issue of debt restructuring. Hope, I was very much aware that in 2021, we were in a mess, particularly when you look at our economic fundamentals. We were doing very bad. We were bad in terms of GDP. We were bad in terms of the debt stock that we had, and we started failing to repay. So we were in a bad shape. That I was very much aware. And so when Hakainde Hichilema around 2023, things started unfolding. We started seeing the international community giving him the confidence, giving him the attention. And then the inflation started dropping. The kwacha started appreciating. So these made me to sit up and say, hey, I think maybe this guy has it. And then on the other side, where we used to think of Hakainde Hichilema as a very bad man, around 2023, 2024, there were a lot of people who Hakainde Hichilema would have actually gone for. Particularly look at the way he was abused when he was in opposition. But when he came into power, Hakainde Hichilema did not go for those people that treated him bad. So that much as I was talking, I was looking to say, but this guy, because really, he would have sorted many of us. He would have sorted many of us. But I was in the country, even though I left later, but I was in the country. I was not followed by President Hakainde Hichilema because of whatever I said when he was in opposition. So, humanly, Hakainde Hichilema showed that this man is actually not a bad man as we thought. Then we also looked at the issue, no, Hakainde Hichilema is tribal. Hakainde Hichilema is going to divide the country. Look at his cabinet. He appointed people countrywide, especially when he didn't do very well in the northern part of Zambia. But he managed to bring some people like, this woman, anyway, he appointed a number of people from the other side to make sure that at least he brings that kind of a national character. So on many things, such as his person as a president, not going for those people that did bad things to him, and then himself putting up policies which, at one point when he said, I'm meticulous, I actually criticized. But eventually when things started unfolding, I saw to say, oh, so this guy knew what he was doing. So basically, in a nutshell, Hakainde Hichilema has proved me wrong. I had very wrong perception about him.
So when did you come to this realization? Is it it's obviously while you were, should I say, in exile? Or I saw on one of your posts I was a refugee where I was. So is this when this hit your mind that this is the type of person he is?
No, actually even before I left, I saw that, I left in 2023, and around 2023 itself, that's when I started seeing that there is light at the end of the tunnel. But of course, we were in opposition. I was in opposition. I was opposing President Hakainde Hichilema. So, of course, I couldn't stop talking about the negativity. And some of those negativity generated an environment that was not so safe for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So was this just about you looking out for yourself? Because, you've obviously seen the talk and what people have to say about this move that you have pulled right now. For some, the sentiments are, well, he had so many cases and so he's just looking out for himself. What he wants is protection. Is that what it is for Chilufya Tayali?
No, not at all. Not at all. Actually, my case have really nothing to do with my support for President Hakainde Hichilema. Because like I'm saying, even before I left the country, there were things that I could see which were positive, and I did bring them out. Except that, it was very difficult for me, to just flip. Okay, because I was together with the Alewere Lapo, the Munduvile and whatever. But those positives, I could actually bring them out even back then. I could point them out. And the problem that we have in our political environment is that, you know, if you are supporting, you know, maybe Edgar Lungu, like at that moment, you cannot speak anything positive about the government. When you do that, no, you are not stable and whatever. But certainly I saw some of those things, and I used to talk about them as much as I used to also criticize. So they were things that I saw even before I left. And when I left, because now, especially at this point in time, a lot of things have actually come up. We are now like at the point whereby we are seeing the fruits budding. Okay, we are seeing the fruits budding. They are not really completely there, but we can see them. Those who have eyes to see that ama fruits yala ukufumapa, I mean, they are able to see them. And this is why I am more confident than ever that President Hakainde Hichilema is the best guy to continue on this trajectory.
All right, in case you're just joining us, our guest this morning on Conversations with Hope is Mr. Chilufya Tayali. He is Economic and Equity Party President. We're live on Capital FM 99.7. We're also live on our Facebook platform, that is the Capital FM Facebook page. We're also live on Smart Egos. If you have any questions or contributions, you can start posting them on those different platforms. So the UPND, I mean, you've endorsed President Hakainde Hichilema seeking another term in office. You're a seasoned politician, and you've said you've really studied, you've seen the fruits.
Yes.
You're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. What is it? What can you point out? You know, where do you feel they have done very, very well as a party for Zambians to believe them once again, to give them another chance?
Strongly, one thing that you know, everybody should look at and appreciate Hakainde Hichilema, whether you like him or you don't like him. It is putting back the economy back on track. Like I said, in 2021, we were in a bad shape. Economic fundamentals were just off the roof. Exchange rate, inflation, you know, the debt stock itself, defaulting. So we were in a very bad shape. But Hakainde Hichilema has overturned all this. And this, it doesn't matter how you think of Hakainde Hichilema, this is a positive that you cannot dispute. Hakainde Hichilema has negotiated the debt, where now at least we have a breathing space. We have a breathing space. Our economy can move. Our kwacha has started appreciating. Inflation has gone down, and of course, government is now managing. How is it managing? Let me speak in specifics. By the fact that we have managed to negotiate the debt restructuring, what is government doing? Number one, we no longer have that situation where government workers are not being paid. You know, at that time, there was a time when government workers did not know which day they get paid on. It was an issue such that in the Shangira, social media was breaking. Nashingira, because people didn't know when they are getting paid. This time around, I mean, that has gone. Then apart from that, government is able to employ more young people. Hakainde Hichilema's government has employed more than 40,000 people. Why? Because they have some money, they have some liquidity. From there, we can talk about, you know, how they are trying to improve the lives of people. Some people may not understand what it takes to improve the life of a person. The first thing to improve the life of a person is to educate a person, is to make a person literate. And Hakainde Hichilema has brought free education. That free education is not simple as many people want to think. If you educate a person, you are opening opportunities. That is the first thing. And Hakainde Hichilema recognized that, and he has brought free education. From there, of course, others are saying, no, things are very bad and whatever.
Well, that's actually the main conversation. I was about to throw that in. You speak of all this, the debt restructuring, and just economically how we seem to be on the right path. But people are saying, we're not managing to have those 3 meals that you promised us to have a
Yes,
day.
yes, and I'll actually
Trickle-down effect.
talk about that. But let me just talk about the benefit of this debt restructuring. Like I've pointed out that now government has some liquidity. Government is able to pay workers. Government is able to employ. Government is able to give free education. Government is able to support the vulnerable. Is able to support the vulnerable. Now we have this social cash transfer. That social cash transfer, they have increased the number of households, the people that they are giving. I think I stand to be corrected. When they came in, they had barely about 400,000 households who are being sponsored who are benefiting from, the social cash transfer. Now we're talking about 1,600, and they have also increased, the pace for that one. How much people they are getting, they have increased that. Then the CDF, because development must start from the grassroots. And Hakainde Hichilema has policy to say, let's take development back to the people. That is very good. And he has increased the CDF. So all these things are happening because of the debt restructuring that happened. And so these are some of the fruits that are coming. Of course, coming now to your issue that you cannot say that life will just change overnight. It's not easy. It's easy to destroy, but it's very difficult to build. And Hakainde Hichilema so far has only been...
And you feel the 5 years has not been enough for them to
you cannot turn around the economy within 5 years. You cannot. You need time. And these things... we are actually seeing them, like I told you. For example, people are talking about, no, yes, you can talk about inflation now. Is it about 6.5 or 6.4? You can talk about, no, the kwacha has appreciated. Yeah, you can talk about, no, debt restriction, all these things. But, our life is difficult. How does that change? How do we move from setting up the economic fundamentals to start impacting into the lives of the people? The first thing is to make sure that you set up, economic fundamentals. They are right. They start running. Okay? When they start running, then they can go into the lives of the people. So at the moment, one thing is that they have put the cornerstones of the economy. They have put the cornerstones of the economy. And soon now, we will start seeing effect in the lives of the people. How do people see the effect?
Have you taken time to look at the 2026 manifesto, the UPND manifesto?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
What do you make of it?
It's actually very positive. It's speaking to what I'm talking about. For example, Hakainde Hichilema has said, first of the things that is talking about creating more employment. That is for sure. So you cannot create employment when your economy is bad, when the investor confidence is very low. At the moment, Zambia has gained a good reputation on the international community, international community. We have the respect. And so, because we have that attention, this is why you are seeing some investment coming. And these investments, where are they going? Look at what is happening in the mines. We are seeing mines coming up, mines which were dead. That is foreign investment coming in. And it is coming in based on the confidence that they are seeing in the policies that President Hakainde Hichilema has put in. And through the mining opening, jobs are being created. And then, of course, we are also seeing in terms of manufacturing. But manufacturing is usually supported by, what is coming from the farms. Now we can see that when President Hakainde Hichilema came in, we were struggling in terms of farmer output. But now we are having bumper harvest. As we are having, produce coming from the farms, that is raw material that can go into manufacturing. And this is what we will be seeing, because now we have policies that are supporting not only, rainfall seasons, we are also talking about irrigation. And another thing that people have been talking about is this issue of electricity, whatever, because that affects also the economy. Hakainde Hichilema, even in this manifesto, he has spoken about increasing, electricity generation through different means, including, solar panels. And he has said something. He says, in each constituency, using the CDF, I want them to target producing just 2 megawatts. And that is a game changer. So even people are saying, no, because I'm right now, I'm because of my elections. No. We just opened, yesterday was commissioning, 100 megawatts. I mean, that did not come during the time of elections. There was investment. It is something that is coming to fruition now. And these are some of the plans that are in place. And surely, going forward, all these things will start trickling down into the lives of people, because people will have jobs. Echo antuwelesha cho awe fintu na fidula. Ifintu fina dula nga tauko etolupia. Gana kwa tolupia tafidula. And what you need is money. And Hakainde Hichilema is working on creating opportunities, because some of them will have jobs, some of them will have business opportunities, and eventually people will start feeling it in their pocket and in their lives.
Now, communication, Mr. Tayali, very important. And 2021, when being ushered into office, it was Bali will fix it. And that is the reason why most people turned up to vote for him, because they were not happy with certain things, and Bali said we'll fix it. But there's still those right now who feel Bali has not fixed things here and there. Do you feel the UPND, the new Dawn administration, has done very well in the area of communication? I mean, you've just spoken to a lot of things that they are doing right now economically, some of the policies that they've put in place to better the lives of the Zambian people. But let's talk about communication. Do you feel this is the message initially, way before 2026? Is this what was being communicated to the Zambian people, that what we are doing right now as a government is laying the foundation?
Mm-hmm.
We will not reap those results as we go. This is the plan. This is where we want to take you. Or the message is only being amplified now because we need your votes.
Absolutely. And I've always said that, politics can be, positive and negative. If politics is working against you, I'm telling you, even when everything is being done well, if people in politics just want to throw mud at you, I mean, you look like you have done nothing. And one of the challenges that UPND has faced is failure to really articulate what the government is doing on a broader perspective. I mean, look, like what was happening yesterday, that is big, but it's not being discussed. And people can't know, the impact of that. So UPND, in my view, they have not done very well to explain their policies to the people. They have allowed the opposition to speak so much such that they look like they are not doing anything, or they haven't done anything. And the worst thing is that even the people that actually are criticizing them now, who are seemingly people are jumping to, are people that actually messed it up. Because UPND has not explained well, these very people that messed up, they have got the guts to stand on the podium and accuse the UPND to say they have not done anything. So UPND, really, I hope that in the next government, there can be a better way of explaining policies to people so that people can understand and they can have hope. If people don't have hope, it's very difficult, to really follow you or to follow the party. If people, you don't give them hope, you need to give them hope. And UPND has not done very well to give people hope, to say, if you like stick up, very soon you will be okay. And I just pray that in the next government, things will be different.
Let's focus on the opposition right now. We won't speak of yours because we know yours has endorsed.
Yes.
The question is: there a strong opposition right now? They want to sit there to unsit the new Dawn administration. Do we have a strong opposition right now? Remember, you can point at the parties that are standing out right now. We have the likes of Citizens First.
Yes.
There's also NRPUP. Brian Munduvile there. Do they stand a chance?
I will tell you, Hope, at the moment, the best that the opposition can do is to come together and support UPND. I'm not advocating for a one-party state, but the best that we can all do is to come together for the sake of our nation. We support President Hakainde Hichilema and UPND. At this point, we don't need the opposition, because the opposition that is there, what are we offering? When you are saying you are in opposition, you must have better ideas.
Well, they're going around right now. It's campaign period. Are you not listening to the message that they are?
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I follow. Whatever people are doing, I follow everyone. I want to listen. I want to listen to whatever they are saying. So yesterday, Mundubile was in Kapiri. I was watching. But Fred Membe is struggling to go everywhere. I'm following whatever they are saying. And from my perspective, from what I've heard, there is nobody who is offering anything better than what Hakainde Hichilema is offering.
Isn't it the same thing that was said about the UPND before they were voted into office? Wasn't it the same type of tone?
No.
Thing you say.
No. There is a very different Hakainde Hichilema.
You equally didn't see him being in office one day. Those were your sentiments.
Yes, of course. Politics is like that. It's like football. Even when you know that Arsenal is not a better team than Real Madrid, but you keep on saying, no, Arsenal. But you know that Real Madrid is better. And I say Real Madrid because I support Real Madrid. Anyway, so the point is that Hakainde Hichilema, at that time, he had a very distinct message. It was different what he was saying, And of course, some of the things he said, like I would say that he overpromised. But he had a different message. But these ones, they don't even have their own message. They keep talking about the policies of UPND. They say, especially on free education, they have been flip-flopping. At one point, they said, this free education is a pipe dream. It can never happen. When it happened, they said, no, there is no quality education. It is okay, but we are the ones that started it. This is how they have started. They said, no, it can never happen. Next, no, there is poor quality of education. Next, no, it's not Hakainde Hichilema. It's actually us who started it. So there is nothing new that they are saying. CDF will continue, except that for our CDF, it will even be bigger and whatever. So they don't have a distinct message that is peculiar to them. All they are talking about is what Hakainde Hichilema is doing. So what's the point? Let's just support this man and see how we can accommodate each other. It is possible. In some countries, it's not that there is no opposition, there is opposition, but they have a way that they work such that they foster national development instead of just focusing Muzambia, what is the problem is that we all want to be there. But what are you going to do? But what are you offering? What are you offering? Some of these, my brothers and sisters who are contesting, really, they have no clue what they are going to do. But ichili prophet about, tukabepo, Hakainde Hichilema. Finish later.
So what do you have to say, Mr. Tayali, to those who are listening to you right now as Chilufya Tayali? And well, you sounded like this some time back, saying all these things about Hakainde Hichilema Takateke, he can't be president, and now the tone has changed. You have endorsed him. What do you have to say to those who have to say, Chilufya Tayali no wokandire mubamserera kwaka? But you've been seeing the comments sometimes when you post something.
Yes. Mushani Nabwali. Look, I'm a politics forever. You can see even about me. There are those that were rooting for me, and now they are against me. I'm a politics. It's a nature.
And now there's even that case as well. What happens to loyalty? Because there were those, the time you were in so-called exile, though, they were speaking strongly for you.
Yes.
They were pleading for you.
Yes.
What happens to you just, should I use the term, Lloyd, what happened to loyalty? Yeah, because they stood up for you, they spoke for you, but you've turned their back, you've done a 360 on them,
Yes.
and you've decided to endorse President
Yes,
Hakainde.
yes. You see, the thing is that me, I don't actually believe in this thing of loyalty. You know, let's look at what is before you. Let's look at what is before you. You may have an issue. For example, myself, I was very critical of President Hakainde Hichilema. But with all these things that I'm seeing, should I continue just, being negative? I don't think that is right. So there comes a time when you are like, no, this I don't accept. But the problem comes in when your motivation is purely on political lines or regionalism or whatever beliefs that you have. It should be based on the substance of the issue, not your political inclination, because you are PF, so you don't want to see anything positive in President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND, or otherwise, So you must be able to look at what is before you. And some of these people, unfortunately, they do it just because, like, for example, Tayali now wampata because he's supporting Hakainde Hichilema, because Hakainde Hichilema tawamtemenwe. But they don't want to listen to why Tayali is supporting President Hakainde Hichilema. He shouldn't just be, he's supporting Hakainde Hichilema, therefore he's a bad guy. Yeah, no, he should be arrested. No, listen, why is Tayali supporting President Hakainde Hichilema? And these things that I'm articulating here, if they are not true, challenge me on those things.
Is there something that you've been promised? Is there something you expect in return for your support?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And so far, I don't have, I've seen on social media, some people are even exaggerating to say Tayali has been given so many millions. I wish I had those millions.
I haven't checked your pockets, so...
Well, I mean, in salary, Monica, Monica Shani, Catalunya, for Monica, where Monica million in wherever, the Monica Fensala and Sala. So, there is nothing there. And some of them, of course, they are saying, no, that's why, because you wanted to come back, that's why you support him. No. Me, I have articulated, why I'm supporting President Hakainde Hichilema. But of course, others would not want to listen to that. They would want to maintain their own perceptions, their own falsehood to say, no, he's doing this because of this and that. But for me, I'm giving you my reasons. Hakainde Hichilema is doing much better. If you don't want me to support Hakainde Hichilema, show me another guy who has got a better plan. I can support that person. But so far, there is nobody that I see who has got a better plan and best positioned to lead the country. Because you could take a challenge and easy.
What stance will you take? If the UPND does not bounce back to power, where will we see? What will the future look like for Tayali?
Well, the thing is that first of all, they will bounce back. But in case of a miracle, I don't know that miracle. I don't know. Completely. But otherwise, they fits ticket. But in case it happens, I would have to see what comes. I have to see what comes. For me, it is about the reality. It is about the reality. So I cannot say, I'll continue whatever. No. It's about the reality. What is there? And at that moment, I decide my position. And to others, that might sound like being a flip-flop. No, you need to always assess the situation, because if you are going to, now we can so I look at the reality as it is before me.
All right, it's Conversations with Hope. We'll be opening up the phone lines shortly. The number to dial is 0773 792 475. I think there's one question I haven't asked. Let's talk about your return. You've returned to Zambia after spending, a number of years outside the country, and your lawyers say your return was lawful and followed legal consultations. Now, can you just take the public through what actually happened, why you decided to leave, what prevented your earlier return, and right now we know with the political move that you've made, but why did you leave?
Yes. So first of all, a number of people, there is a misconception that I left because of the court cases. No. I didn't leave because of my court cases. If anything, my court cases were being handled even before I left. Particularly, I had 3 cases in court. 3 cases. One was about mutiny, and then 2 Chief Mukuni, then 3 about hate speech. Bembas, we Bembas are useful idiots. So on mutiny, I was already engaging because it was not the military as an institution or as government that took me to court. It was particularly 2 individuals who were, of course, army officers who felt that what I had said was influencing them against the government. 2 officers, and we were engaging with these 2 officers even before I left. Chief Mukuni, everybody remembers that I even went all the way to Southern Province and I met him, and he publicly, forgave me, and everybody knew about that. Then the 3rd one, hate speech, it was reported by my brother Simon Well, and even him we had reconciled, and we were in the process of withdrawing those cases. So my cases were not a danger to me at all. However, what made me leave, it was what was coming. There was something that was coming which I don't want to bring out in public now, because when you resolve with your friends, you don't continue talking about it. You don't come here. So basically, all I can say is that there was something that was coming which made me feel that apa tapekalwa.
Was your life in danger?
I felt my life was in danger. But when I was out, I continued engaging, the other party, and we resolved the matter. So
when you know where those threats were coming from?
Basically, it is just it was more political. It was more political. What I was doing, others felt that this is not okay. So it was more political. But I felt that my life might not be safe, and that's how I left. It is not because of the court cases. The court cases, I was handling them even before I left. And when I was outside, I managed to engage whatever challenges that I had with the people that I felt that they were threatening my life. We managed to resolve that. When we resolved that, I continued engaging those complainants, not Hakainde Ichilema. I never had a case with Hakainde Ichilema, never. Not the UPND. I didn't have any case with UPND. And in a way, I didn't even have a case with the government, because government was never a complainant in all of my cases. The complainants were individuals. And of course, NPA was brought in because NPA, they are the prosecutors. And so what all we did with my lawyers when I was out is to basically engage NPA together with the complainants so that my cases can be resolved. And the cases were resolved, and that's how I came back. Hakainde Ichilema doesn't come in the picture. UPND doesn't come in the picture. Government doesn't come in the picture.
So with your cases being discontinued, there are obviously those, some sections of society who feel this is so unfair. I mean, the justice system only favors those that seem to be influential, like Chilufya Tayali. What of an ordinary person like me? Would the treatment be the same? What do you have to say about that?
In my cases, if you have those serious cases, then you can complain. If I had those cases, maybe Nariva or whatever, but my cases were civil in nature. Because they were dependent on individuals that felt aggrieved. That is the situation here. It is not about the government. So whoever is thinking to say, no, the justice, whatever, engage whoever is the complainant. That's all you need to do. Engage whoever is the complainant. I mean, even in some cases, that's why I like Hakainde Ichilema, because Hakainde Ichilema, even those that he embezzled, we know people that were caught with a lot of money that they could not explain property and whatever. Some of them have been forgiven because they engaged. They struck deals, they paid, and so on and so forth. So it is about humbling yourself. Tayali humbled himself. Tayali humbled himself. Tayali asked for forgiveness publicly. That's what I did. So it is not about, like I was reading about this case of two people who were friends and now they are in court. And I was wondering to say, why can't this guy just ask his friend, to forgive him? There is this case of one journalist and the other guy, UPND. I mean, I'm like, why can't these two people just sit and resolve? So in all I did, and if there is anyone who is listening out there, if you have got an issue, it is not about, Tayali is connected. It is about humbling yourself and asking for forgiveness so that your cases can be resolved.
So, yes, just like you've stated, on the 25th of June, you unreservedly apologized to Chief Mukuni, the Bemba-speaking people, President Hakainde Hichilema, the Defense and Security Services as well. What lessons have you picked from this, about some of the public statements that you made? Do you feel you went too far?
Absolutely. I would no doubt say that, we are growing, we are growing and we learn, and every day we learn. So for me, I have learned quite a lot in my public discourse, and I strongly believe that I am a better person. I've learned my lessons, and even as I engage now, I'll be more conscious not to, shoot over the roof. So, and I hope that others can also learn from me. Instead of looking at Chilufya Tayali to say, no, he has been forgiven by Hakainde Hichilema or whatever. I think learn the fact that, we need to be careful when we engage in public. And if we go wrong, we need to be humble and, ask those that we have offended to forgive us, and not to continue being proud and continue even, maligning others, even bringing in people who are not involved. I don't think that is the right way. Be humble, learn your lessons, and move on.
Okay. All right, it's now top of the hour, it's 10. We now open up the phone lines. If you have any question or contribution to make, the number is 0773 792 475, 0773 792 475. If you have any question or contribution to make, our guest is Mr. Chilufya Tayali. All right, let's get to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Your name?
Good morning, Dr. Phil.
Good morning, sir. Your name?
Are you getting here?
Yes, we can get you. What's your name? Okay, that line was very faint. We'll have to pick another one. 0773 792 475. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, thanks. Your name?
Yeah, my name is Elvis. I'm calling in Lusaka.
Mr. Elvis. Okay, if you can just speak up. You're quite faint.
What are you saying?
Okay, you can go on with your contribution, Mr. Elvis.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
But
Would have happened quite by Elvis.
You remember we used to interact a lot on these radio stations, and I was cautioning you every time we interacted. So, what you do, you know what you do, insulting people, maligning people, and talking things which are not even there about people. So, you have said it yourself, and you have regretted your actions. We will welcome you back from where you were. That should not even be there, because you are a Zambian. You cannot enjoy yourself in Chalochimbi apart from your country. So for me, I forgive you for what.
Right, okay, we got his points there. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. 0773 792 475. We're taking in more calls. If you have any question or contribution to make this morning, this is Conversations with Hope, and our guest is Mr. Chilufya Tayali. We're taking note of some of the comments as well as questions that are coming through on our Facebook page, so we'll get to read out some of them as we go on with the show. Otherwise, give us a call 0773 792 475. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Moderator.
Good morning, thanks. Your name?
Good morning, Mr. Tayali.
Good morning.
Yes, please. You are talking to Uncle Gift from 15 Miles.
All right, go on, Mr. Gift.
Yes. Madam Moderator, nina ma questions and nifuni kufusa batayari bazanga after nikasizokamba after my questions.
Okay.
Question number 1 is, Mr. Tayali, do you at some point listen to yourself? Second question, do you do due diligence over your life sometimes? The last question, do you understand how nature works? Okay, akwana ma question yata now nikambeba nifuni kokamba Madam Moderator. Choyamba chanifuna okamba nichi. Tayali brother wanga uyu ni mbuya wanga ndina okuchipata. Uyu Tayali uyu mbuya wanga uyu is a disappointment to our generation. This man is a disappointment to our generation. And my prayer is that truly, let's hope and you mean it that you've really learned your lesson. Truly, if you mean it and you deserve forgiveness. If not, Mr. Tayali, go back, check your life, analyze the things before you say. Think through. Life is spiritual, Mr. Tayali. Nature can humble you. Nature can finish you if you don't check yourself very well. Life is spiritual. Madam Moderator, this man, he really messed up people's lives before he went abroad. This man. And now he is back. And the moment he started saying good things about UPND, I knew that he would be brought back. And he's here today. You understand? And now he's trying to fool all the Zambians. Okay? What he's doing here now is fooling all the Zambians. You understand? This man, in fact, if I was very serious, like the way I see things, how a human being should be taught a lesson. Because the muntu akashangamiri safu niko kurora makwaba.
Okay, Mr. Gift, you should be wrapping up.
Yes, in wrapping up, Madam Moderator, muntu amafunika vamena shanga korora. This man, by UPND, I in the first prison, first maybe for 2 months, 3 months, then I'm going to forgive. Like this, I know this man, he won't learn anything. Wait, if the UPND lose, you'll see the way he's going to behave. I know this man very well.
Okay, Mr. Gift, thank you so much. All right, we're taking another call. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, madam.
Good morning, thanks. Your name?
Chilufya Tayali, how are you, my friend?
Fine, thank you.
I'm okay. You should not get
Okay, sorry,
worried.
we did not get your name.
This is Ken from Garden House. Sorry.
Ken. All right, Ken, go on.
You should not get worried about us. When you wronged somebody, the only step as a human being that you are supposed to take is for forgiveness. So if you offended those guys and you requested for forgiveness according to your explaining or to what you're explaining, there is nothing to worry about it. When it comes to politics, it's your choice. Some people, they will condemn you simply because you have joined UPND or you are supporting UPND, the policies of UPND. Some, they will say that, no, it's very bad. Why you couldn't? When you were supporting them, they were talking nice things about you, which is not supposed to be the case. You are entitled to your own choice. It's you to make that choice. It's you to make that decision. As you have said that, no, all people whom I longed, we talked and we resolved the matter. Who are we? You never offended me. You were playing your own game. Yeah? That's where you were surviving. Politics is all about gambling. So if you play your cards well, you win, you lose. That's the issue. So as you have said that now you have grown up, I know I saw you driving with in the companies of your family, children's nieces. That's the way it has to go. There is no nice place better than home, like the other caller, Brother Elvis has said. So let us be responsible enough. Let us grow enough so that we should know that, no, sometimes if you are in a wrong group, things like that, they do happen. Otherwise, I'm just wishing all the best.
All right, Mr.
Continue
Ken.
living a humble life. This is your country. No one will push you out. Thanks a lot.
All right, Mr. Ken, thank you. Let's take in another call before we can allow Mr. Tayali to respond. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my sister. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Your name?
Yeah, this is Mr. Soko Kro from Tendere East, known as the Nali constituency.
All right, Mr. Soko, go on.
Yes, yeah. Meva Tayali, welcome back.
Zikomo.
Welcome back indeed, Tayali. Otherwise, yeah, Tenzo Monera Paper Tayali, but still, I think one Joka Jaka Mtengo. I'm sure Mwambi Muziva. So vatayali tanetiza kamba pali mwe vija vose voi pabumwezo kamba kushauta va presidenti mwashauta presidenti mwachokamo mapwela manje ya presidenti you agree with uchani yava presidenti. So it is what it is, but right now nizakita agree na vamile vachokapo kulila kuti kwano ndipo so muno mwanu niye mwanu mzambia do the right thing ngati kuli vantu vena vane mnachitira choipa chane mnathavira just asking forgiveness. Otherwise to me as Mr. Soko him Tendere East namulandirani mdala paliye muntu amene salagwa amene salakwira mzake pali vaviri mpaka pamapezeka zokamba. So whatever politics is a dirty game, we know kuti politics inamdragani kose kuja. So now to you to be comfortable right now, you have to praise the government of today. So welcome back, Chilufya Tayali.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Soko. All right, you have those to respond to Mr. Tayali.
Yes, basically, I think Mr. Soko, I say ziko mokwambiri ponirandira. Excuse me, ziko mokwambiri ponirandira, and my brother Ken, he's also saying the same thing together with Elvis. Of course, I mean, I will reiterate my position to say, yes, there were things that I did which were not right, for which I still ask for people to forgive me. And I hope Uncle Gift will be able to take that, because Uncle Gift seems to be struggling to accept that. You see, no, so you
need to reap what you sow.
Yeah, yes. No,
that's what he's stating.
Yeah, Uncle Gift, nikomere mutima na papata. Osa yuma mutima iyai. Ine na bwera nipe pesa, nilipano, kuti munikururukire. And that's basically all I can say. Of course, I mean, you can't force everyone to be positive. Others will continue. And I respect that. The only issue I have is those that who were supporting me before, who were saying, no, you are innocent, you are innocent. And now they have turned around because I'm supporting President Hakainde Hichilema.
Wasn't that expected, Mr. Tayali? You obviously expected that type of reaction from them.
That is inconsistent. That is inconsistent. For example, I'll drag my sister, Wamumbipiri, because she's one of those people who has come out very strong. Wamumbipiri, at one point, she was in jail. And I stood with her to say, I don't believe that Wamumbipiri committed murder. And anyway, finally, she was acquitted. Now we are on different sides, political ours. I mean, she's on the other side, I'm on this side. There is no way I'm going to turn around and start saying, Wamumbipiri, that is being inconsistent, because this is what they were doing. If they were saying that I was innocent then, now how come because I'm supporting Hakainde Hichilema now I should go to prison? You see? So that is being inconsistent. But nonetheless, me I'm more concerned with the general public. And the general public, I say, yes, there were certain things that I did which were not right. And I ask you to forgive me. And let's move on and keep the government that is there. It is not about my cases. My cases yangana sila kudara hapa. Hapa manje tiangana how the country should move. And I'm saying
those that are obviously believing this is just a strategy a survival strategy for Chilufya Tayali.
Well, whatever the case, it is about, you can put it to say survival strategy. But the question that I would ask in terms of why, I would ask to say, hasn't Hakainde Hichilema structured the date? Hasn't Hakainde Hichilema brought stability in terms of government, whereby even, people are getting paid on time? Hasn't Hakainde Hichilema employed more than 40,000 young people? Hasn't Hakainde Hichilema increased CDF? Hasn't Hakainde Hichilema brought free education? Hasn't Hakainde Hichilema increased social cash transfer? Hasn't Hakainde Hichilema brought cash for work? Hasn't Hakainde Hichilema brought stability in this country? Look, this is the time of elections. Apasonga na chisa in those days, ngakwachiwa security shan, but apature enderafi.
There's a question here on Facebook from Peter Van Mango. He says, Hope, please ask Tayali this question. Would he have been sitting on that chair talking to you if he had decided to support the opposition?
I believe so. I believe I would have still come if I was supporting Brian Mundubile, for example. I would still be in the country. Yes. Why do I say I would still be here? Because my cases were brought by individuals, and these individuals forgave me. They were no longer interested in my cases, and there was nothing that anybody would have done, not even President Hakainde Hichilema. How would we, unless he would have gone to threaten those people to say, if you forgive this man, then, which I don't think he would be able to do. So there was nothing that government would have done, because the people that had wronged, monga uli na nkongole na muntu, then muntu huyo akuchita forgive na nkongole zako. What would anybody else do?
Okay. All right, let's take in more calls. If you have any question or contribution to make, Mr. Chilufya Tayali is our guest this morning. Give us a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, thanks. Your name?
Yeah, Mukamba na Ghetto Boys, Chimwene Mtonga.
Mr. Mtonga, good morning. Talk to us.
Good morning, Vachitaru.
Good morning.
Chilufya Tayali.
Ezekiel.
Yeah, Ghetto Boys here. Greetings.
Oh, too bad. Call back, Mr. Mtonga, if you can. 0773 792 475. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Turn down the volume on your radio, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, thanks. Your name?
Are you able to get me?
Yes, we can get you. Who do we have there?
This is Frank.
Frank, all right, go on with your question or contribution.
Okay, I just want to find out something. Was the charges brought to Mr. Tayali, was it estate charges or just individual charges?
Okay. All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Frank. I believe you got that question there. All right. We're taking another call. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Thanks. Your name?
Good morning, Mr. Mianda here, calling you from Lusaka here in Kabanana Maichola.
All right, Mr. Mianda, go on.
Yes, please. But Harry, good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
Yes, please. I think for me, yes, there are certain things that Harry could have done here and there and all that kind of stuff. It's normal. We are human beings. We are bound to error, right? Look at what happened in Zimbabwe. The president now, Emerson Mnangagwa, was in exile in South Africa for political convenience and all that kind of stuff. But he came back he came back to Zimbabwe, and now he's president of what? Zimbabwe. Take sure. So, but let's just continue working hard. And it is good that you have looked at what the UPND government has done. Right? You've mentioned a lot of things there that the UPND government has done. Look at the investment that has been put in the energy sector. Look at the investment that has been put in the mining sector. Look at the kind of investment that has been put in the education sector and all that kind of all that kind of things. That would healthy. There is about 80% about those medicines, and they are starting at 80%, which means that the government has done a lot. And it is good that you have seen through that this is the only government that can liberate the people of Zambia. This is the only government that can move people out of poverty. And in conclusion, I would commend you for what you have said. The stability in the economy.
look at the stability, the exchange rate. At some point, the kwacha became the best performing currency in the
All right,
world.
you should be wrapping up,
So,
Mr. Mianda. We've given you enough time.
Yes, please. So, Mr. Tayali, continue supporting the government of the day, and we wish you well. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mianda there. All right, you're through to Capital FM. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, madam.
Good morning, thanks. Who do we have there?
This is Auntie Mlenga or Mrs. Gaetano.
All
Is
right.
Mr. Chilufya Tayali there?
Yes, he
Mr.
is.
Chilufya Tayali.
Yes, he's here. Good morning.
Okay, thank you. Batayali nalaba onse ekibemba muli babemba mulonfwa ekyo nalaba onse ekibemba. Batayali takwaba ekibererera pakyalo. Ekiri kyonse kyali kwata enshita. Batayali, once upon a time there was Chanda Chimba. Alikwisa lero fish atike kuri Chanda. But Batayali, sometimes balanda achokuchenjera kumo tekusuma. Imulero namuchenjera sana. Mwaisa mwaikala mwabana free. Mwaitontonkanisha palo wenu. Batayali ndefo kumyebo kwebati. Mwebukisha efe mwachita kuri family yaba Estalungu. Not lero if mwachite kuri bakayinde yichirema. Lero mwaba free just because mwaisa ebachi. Mwalichenjeresha sana okulanda imwe. Ukuchirama Zambians was. But one day you reap what you sow. Today you think you are very, very clever, but you are not. Ino Zambia yikuru Batayali. Mwana kwachi mwalichenjera sana nga mwaikala pa podium. Mwana kwachi mukano mumwenu mwalichenjera, but one day you pay because you think mwalichenjera. Baesta lungu balia naba etika lungu bali myafuire sana. But mwali bebe mpirine emishitu Batayali. Bakayinde yichirema today. You are free. You are sitting there. You are even saying, I'm talking on behalf of. Mela kokuri banani kachitika kuri mundubire. Batayali sumineni. Ichitale sala bonfia na mabui. Atinga mwafiro kundumba. Nga bonfia mabui. But today, it's okay Batayali, it's your time. Shine. But one day you pay. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, let's just take in one more, then we can allow him to respond. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. All right, it's 0773-792-475. Hello, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Madam Moderator.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah. God bless you and your family too. Receive 95% of the people of Rockland. Spokesperson Kapambo, I'm calling from here.
All right, Mr. Kapamba, go on.
Thank you very much. Twatotera Batayali. Morning. Ala wewulira yombwa akatuntuma nawukabutuka. Nga imwe wiponi baleeta ba UPND mukuyisa mukuweera amazambian mukubakyusha na benefit mwakita babibonvye kukyasakanwa kyenu okuweera kubyo mwakise mwalina emayisho zikukoti ayo mwaleeranda ekikinga okukira pamulandu wakati mwali butwenje muli kino ekyalo leero n'abamigwesha okujja tuleka omuntu wakwata ekyasakanwa tumugwesha twakwe kampeni Batayali nangu mulandu leero mwitumpe mulina okwisawusanga and then kitengedde benefit mubyo bamipeeri Batayali mulye mwileta ebintu ebyabula okulondoloka emirandire muno mwero tuwajuulire ku malayiti baleesha ba UPND baleesha ku makantiri yambi mwali bupike mwali uko leero mubwere mwibe kwatwisa mukutukali kyamaano Batayali ibyo mulevyala mukabisa ombola and then imwe bantu bazo mu mapolitician bazo mulekwaigwa mu kino ekyalo okukulami out mukamuni muletuleterera ngabena zambi kozi imwe mufwaye empia omuntu wa mishitani pere empia mulelanda ekifungwe ku bantu twapapata Batayali gatenya akano akeni kalina okumireterera and then mwoba okuchenjera tebalabye mwachenjerawo nga walichenjera nishiwakukira leero bese bakuba omukyeko bye ayushiwa kuti waba interest mukufuwa okulakuba omupya ati atinebo nikyakuba omupya leero babese bakuba omupya bakayinde wise mukulanda ezintu kyabulokondoka
Okay, bakapambwe twatotera mukwaye.
amaano yabulokondoka mu country twakyulire kweka wali kutujebe. Thank you very much, my sister.
Okay, thank you, Bakapambwe. All right, you have those, Mr. Tayali.
Yeah, vakapambwa wa Gaetano, wa Mrs. Gaetano, I can feel the emotions. And I understand because politics is emotive, you know. But I will start with the Gaetano, Mrs. Gaetano. She has touched on a very sensitive issue on Esther Lungu. And she has said, I've said terrible things about, Edgar Lungu and Esther. And yet these people helped me very much. Now, I don't understand why people think that I am speaking against President Hakainde, or President Edgar Lungu and the wife. I don't understand because my position is very simple. Edgar Lungu was the former head of state. And as a former head of state, when he dies, it is better that we accord him the respect that he deserves as a former head of state, to be buried, in Zambia, following the procedures like we have done with others. That is my position. And I have not said anything more than that. I've simply from day one, I've said, let Edgar Lungu be buried in Zambia and let him be accorded, the state funeral.
Well, that can be your position, but how you deliver the message is what really matters. How that message is delivered, don't you think?
I deliver my message in the best way that I understand, that I believe people will get the message.
The same way you've done it, that has found you with all these legal cases sometimes?
It is not in the same way. It is not in the same way because Esther and Makebi Zulu, who are the figures on holding on to the body, I've just told them the truth. There is nothing that, we should be able to differentiate also here. When I'm telling you the truth, Chaku Kalipa, it's not my problem. No, I've just told you the truth. And the truth of the matter is that these people have been playing politics next to Mchabalungu.
And they had their wishes as well.
Well,
so they advanced their reasons,
which I respect, but they should also respect my view. I'm respecting their view, and their view is to say, that is their view. And me, I'm saying, is the head of state. How can you say that is my view? No, that is plain politics. They are going on the platform campaigning using Chitumbi. That there is no any other way that I can say it than I have done. And I have said the truth. That is not insulting anyone. That is not harassing
for that or retracting that.
There is nothing to retract or apologize. Unless you just want to, to be unjust with me. And in that case, so be it. But otherwise, these people, what they have been doing is contrary to what Edgar Lungu stood for. Edgar Lungu instituted 18th October as a day of prayer and reconciliation. And now he's dead. You say, no, we don't want these people to be part of it.
Well, he said it. Those were his words.
They say that, but I don't believe it. And whatever, even if he said, the dead are dead. Life is for the living. So it doesn't matter. I'm alive today. I can say whatever it is. But if it is wrong, those who have remained, they should be able to correct that. They shouldn't live in the wrong. It is wrong if Edgar Lungu said that. It was wrong for him to say, if he said that, it was wrong. And those people who are alive, they have got the responsibility to correct that wrong. It is wrong. I still maintain that it is wrong that Edgar Lungu is still not buried today. Up to today is not buried. It is wrong that these people are using the body of Edgar Lungu to campaign.
How exactly are they using? We've heard this several times. How exactly are they using it to campaign?
Yes, very good. They have gone on the podium and they are saying, we are not going to bring the body of Edgar Lungu until HH is out of office. And they have been saying that because they know that Zambians would want to have a closure. Zambians would want to have a closure. Now these people are holding them to ransom. Until you vote for us, you will not have that closure. That's basically what they are doing. Until you vote for us, you will not have that closure. Is that right? That is not right. I mean, infwa ni infwa, ichiriro chiriro, and pachiriro that feel to aleta pama politics. Pachiriro, even those people that were, on opposed side, who were rivals, that is the time that we are supposed to come together. Edgar Lungu was supposed to bring this country together, and these people messed it up. Because at the funeral of Edgar Lungu, different people from different sectors, regions and whatever, politics, they would have converged together. We would have mourned together. The world would have seen how united we are. But these people, because of their political selfishness, for their political expediency, they have held this country to ransom. Mpaka femuka tuvotere, ngata mutuvotere, ichitumbita chakese. That is plain politics, and that is bad politics.
Okay, is there anything else you need to respond to?
Yeah, so Mtonga asked to say, were your cases state, or rather were they brought by the state or by individuals? Mtonga, my cases were brought by individuals. And of course, when you bring a case, any case nangumuntu akuchita assault, you go to court. The state is the one that prosecutes. So the state only comes in to prosecute. But wemwini wa mulandu ni wevo. So ama cases and were brought by individuals, though the state NPA was prosecuting. And when these people withdrew their cases, the state had nothing to do about it. They couldn't go on because even the cases, they were not that serious. Ama cases are serious, filia. Yes, the state would still insist. But in my case, I mean, fiakulanda fie, mukupusa mukulanda. And this is why NPA could not do anything but allow, the wishes of the complainants be done.
Okay. All right, let's now take in the last set of calls before we close. 0773792475. Hello, good morning.
Mwaka bwanji.
Bwino muli bwanji?
Kaka bwino.
Okay, zina, kama na bandani?
Ni wa Rogers kunyoka sama.
Rogers nyoka sama. All right, go on, Mr. Rogers.
Batali bali bwanji.
Ina nili bwino wa Rogers.
Ziko mu batali, Bible imakamba shabe pali openi. Ukamba ati nanga muntu akamba kukine chintu. Sorry. Bible imakamba bukululukira. Inachamene nambera bwino mandi batali. Nichaguti magamba babantu chape kuti bulivo bamene nenzo misa mukugamba mukuchita vonse nikamba kuti sorry. Inono aba bamene bagamba paletyo bagamba hoipa. Musaba zonde imwe nchito yanu uzani mwamene kalibe nangu nango batali mwamene mulinkaniza bazayika kwa president kubayika kuti aba president baliso so bantu amangu sureni cheva bazive bintu bamene biri na life mwamene iri na mwamene mwakambira ise tuli kumvera kuno kuti zona batali bamene mukamba ni bachirungamo. So aba bantu bamene batuma mu mafone bafuna chitumbi tamene bakamba chitumbi tamene bakamba muntu wani sasa tuba mushika ero bali nuku kamba chato cheba tayari kuli balungu munachiti wali bantu ba Zambia bali so.
Okay, Mr. Rogers.
Kuchiba jaire kukululukira muntu akalako abakululukira echi kutanala kuli ndani kuli etikalungu kufunika bakululukira. Noti chape kumkalira cha mutima mayezi na kunyoza batali siko mulungu akutariseni bapoziseni bazambiani kuti mametufuni kumkalira nisocha baga waisi setumberera kuno kuli ba president ziko mwambiri.
All right, ziko Rogers. All right, let's take in another call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Madam Oyo.
Fine, thanks. What's your name?
Good morning, Mr. Tayali.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Richard Salonto Mikango calling you within Chongwe area here.
All right, go on, Mr. Richard.
Yes, thank you very much. Tayari ifuna ine kufunza kukapena kukamba okuti mwamene mwakurukidwa mukuru wa president yaba tiona sama kurukira abantu bane sama support muzabashi advise kuti bakurukire ko bane sama support chikwa ni bambira sa kurukidwa kuri president yaba nesa buramendo mwao kamba ni support ayi muri kama fali imwe bamene bakurukidwa. And then coming to the issue y'abalungu bari wanata politicize your government. You are aware, Mr. Tayali. Musapota ndaba imwe, musapota abo mugamba DI baba mukebizuru bandani. Mukebizuru has nothing to do with na balungu. You are lawyer chabe baja. Bana fuko sana balungu, imanukambisa na balungu. Ndiba ngakambe voshika, voshita bwanji, muntu ni wao si wanu batayali si wanga. Maona ka? So you must advise the government mwange namo ya America government ile chifundo kuti at least baone kuti mayo bazashika nsonga swanga shika uribanga kite campaign na chitumbi na ngabachinyamura bakamba po chabe kuti uyu mundu kaiboshiki wanoja DI cyane batayali kambani vindu bive kavanzeru ku bantu ndamwakurukidwa imwamvera bwino bena ngo banzalo bakari kufutika kama kainda mene n'abantu nanjara paka manika bagabo kainda mene aba imwere musupport kuri mangera mufuti so tayari zambo kutira stani monga ile pano Richard Salonto kamba imwa tayari namu mna selfish motive. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Right, let's take in two more before we close. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You're through to Capital FM.
Moka banje.
Bueno mlipwanji.
Ndio makianjera pa gadi.
All right, kambani mamakanja.
Batayali mulibwa.
Bwino mai.
Awe ni nankala very disappointed naye mu batayali. Bada mukamba simutandizira. Anji simuzo abamene mukamba apo batayali. I'm very disappointed naye. Kuti mwabwera lero babintu babonza munakala mu mutaloka. Munza munakala munafuna mandiyo. That's because of person drama wakukuru kilani mwabwere. It's not good. Mukazimvera ko chikundo mazama kuwa Zambian people make good people. If you say the government yaba UPND. That's because wakukuru kilani. Wow. Batayari mukambe bwanji kuzanja bechirungama. Come 13th August. Ba 8 baenda. Ero mu brand mundire na makebi saka mpeza pa chitumbi cha balungwa. Mukazimva sasa buno buno ngasimbe. Ile ni maenda ni ikonka yonke. Nikaribonza kwa kampeni ya chitumbi cha balungwa. Kuti mugora pa radio station ngomba DI. La kampeni ya chitumbi cha balungwa. Ala kulito muzana sekiramo kuinfa mwanzira ira tayari. Kianti remekeze madira balungwa the father of the nation. Kianti ya pase ule madira balungwa. Andi bana rezota kutia sashiwa kushika palino. Niambele government yana ina support ya UPND. Lero mabwera hapo pa radio station muzi zitano zimbe kamunga muami za kutala. Simuza tumukari kwa Zambia.
Okay, Angela zikomo.
Batayali government yana musapota pasitino pasienda muzakambera nsonzi zakakushini nani pamina patiri mbazikomo.
Okay, all right, Angela, one more call and we close. We'll take this as the last call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning. This is from Isaac.
Your name again?
Isaac.
Isaac, all right, Isaac, go on.
Yes, mulibwanje batayali.
Bwino ba Isaac.
Bwino batayali bakambate bwino I think. Monga ine ku side wanga I think bakambate bwino nda abantu bamene wali sibafuna UPND mozi na kutera PF buyo inavuta 2021. So 2026 would deserve vote because mamozi na bamozi bamena the same callers, the same supporters of PF. So nothing will change this coming election. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so those we'll take those as the last calls that we could take in this morning. Your response to some of the issues that they've raised.
Yeah, so first of all, I can see to all those, there are people that, they are looking at these politics and they are seeing at, UPND and whether Chilufya Tayali abwere Mzambia or sana bwere. Whether Chilufya Tayali wampase ndalama or swana mpase ndalama. Haka inde ichile maeve. Azabwerera. Icho ndiye chilungamo chamene nimiuza imwe amake Angela na ba Richard nimuuza.
I mean, it's not just Tayali alone who will be voting. I think for them, that's the point that you need to amplify on.
Just like themselves, it's not just like Richard na Make Angela. It's not only them who are voting, but me, I'm speaking from as a political engineer, as somebody who has seen politics.
So you're not seeing the wind of change right now?
Absolutely not. And hope make a date with me after the elections. I know Hakainde Hichilema is going to win. So whatever the case, please make a date with me so that Wamake Angela nikabure nikawauze kuti mwaona pamene nzomuuza uyu Hakainde abwerera. Wamake Angela wakamba chifuka wamepasa ndarama iyayi palibe na vandarama apa ni mwamene vintu vilili chabe vamene ukamba vitikalifya mitima vimikalifya bwanji mitima Hakainde Hichilema ine vintu vamene nikamba pano muniuze ngati ninama. You can tell me if I'm lying. If Hakainde Hichilema has not done the things that I'm talking about, then mungakamba tiwe tayari uchenjeresa pa ukamba. Because vamene ukamba ivo Hakainde Hichilema sana vichite. But vamene nikamba pano Hakainde Hichilema na vichita. Mukamba tiyai siba yuzinga chitumbi. Why shibana stike? Vanaenda kukoti, koti na wapasa. Vanawina mulando. Apaso vanawina. Why siba shika? Why siba shika? So musa ndima muchenjeresa ine nikamba virungamo chabe. I'm speaking the truth. I'm not doing chifukwa you have been given money. Talk about what I'm talking about. Is there anything where I've lied? And I've not lied. What I've said is true. And because of the positive things that Hakainde Hichilema has done, Hakainde Hichilema is going to come back and is winning. Vamundu vile ine nibaziwa bwino bwino ndine ninamba kampeni ya bamundu bile bakalibo enda kutali kuti bawine ma elections sibanga wine iya bali kutali maningi amayi Angela imwenvekisike sani bwino bamundu bile sibanga wine ma elections Hakainde Hichilema abwerera nayi ngati mufuna chitukuko nimiuza voterani Hakainde Hichilema, you will see things will change. I understand things may not be so right. People may not be feeling the impact of the positive policies that Hakainde Hichilema has put in place, but I can assure you, as we enter into the second term of President Hakainde Hichilema, there will be no load shedding. We will have bumper harvest. We will have more investment coming in. We will have more money going into the reserves. We will have more people coming into Zambia. We will have more young people being employed. So I am supporting progress. Osati kudiamo yai, sinina diamo yai, Amake Angela.
All right, well, Mr. Tayali, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been great having you on the show.
Ziko Mugwambiri, I'm very grateful, and please let's make that date because I need to come back here. I think this interview, let's see, at Janet Cindy, because I need to come back here and tell people that you see Hakainde Hichilema has won, and since I'll be in the country, I hope I will have an opportunity to be explaining to them about the positive things that President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND will be doing. This time around, I'm going to commit myself to make sure that I explain to people what positive things President Hakainde Hichilema will be doing.
And what message do you have for the youth? We just have a few more days to go. Doesn't matter which political party they belong to. What message do you have for them?
Exactly. So, 13th August is coming. I think it is our responsibility, all of us to go and vote. Turn out in numbers to go and vote. It doesn't matter whether you think that your candidate Azaluza, it's okay. Go and cast that vote. So I am encouraging especially young people because the majority in this new voter register are actually young people. Sure. So young people, we are relying on you. You are the future. You'll be voting for your future. So make sure you turn out to go and cast that vote. Don't be discouraged because of the lines and the voting looking like it is a cake. No, please turn out and make that vote because that is the way you express yourself. So go and vote, please. Tapapata.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. And you wonderful people, I'm really impressed with what is happening here. Congratulations, Hope, and may God bless you and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Shining as ever.
Thank you very much. All right, so that's it for Conversations with Hope. Thank you so much for joining us on the different platforms, all the viewers, all the callers as well. Those that were just watching and listening could not call in, we appreciate you as well. You'll now be with Womba up until 12 on the Mid-Morning Report. Have a great day.